It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. Took a long time to get to this place. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in WGPL 1350 studio. And if you want to hear us all over the globe, all you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com or 1400 AM or 1350 AM. And guess what? You can hear us all over the globe. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning. Mr. E, it's a beautiful cold day in the neighborhood.
Will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors. WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM and WPCE 1400 AM.
Okay, Facebook Live, we're waiting on you. In the meantime, let's welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, comment. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do all of that and comment.
And shout out.
We'll shout you out later on in the show. Mr. E, it is what?
This is Fun Friday.
It's Fun Friday. It's the weekend. And I'm telling you what, I'm going to enjoy myself. I hope you all will too. Let us know what you're going to do this weekend and what's going on in your city.
Why the Bears not out today?
I don't know. Well, it's cold. You know, they hibernate this is the fall, but I can imagine they're preparing to do just that, slip away. But you know what? Bears are not hibernating like they used to. They're out there skiing and doing all kinds of things.
They eat from the
They're
table.
supposed to be hibernating. They're doing other things. This is a new school bear.
These are
new school bears,
right? That's right. These are new school bears. This is not Boo and this is not Yogi neither. These are new school bears.
They say it's climate change. What is it? Warming is
climate warming, climate.
Whatever you call it.
Climate change.
Climate change or whatever. But anyway, it's a wonderful, beautiful day here in the Hampton Roads area. And we say thank you all for joining us. We have a wonderful, wonderful show for you today. This is our segment, What's in Your Closet? Issues Concerning Women.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, we have a very special guest. We have Miss Jakina Denise, founder of History of Strong Will Survivor organization, and we want to say good morning to you. Good morning. We need you to speak up just a little bit louder, please. And we want to welcome you. We thank you for taking your beautiful time with us, and hopefully you're doing well, and we'll do even better throughout the day. I tell you what, tell us a little bit about yourself. First of all, you are the founder of a wonderful organization, but you have a great story. But tell us a little bit first about where you're from and where you kind of grew up.
Well, I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I'm a huge can't be from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and not bleed black and yellow. So I'm a huge fan of my hometown team.
Yes.
I'm a daughter of a coronary artery disease survivor and lung cancer survivor, and I'm also a daughter of breast cancer survivor as well. My mom is a 28-year survivor. I am a mother of 2 adult sons. who I'm extremely proud of. And got some great news most recently is my baby boy at Liberty University.
Wow.
Their Pittsburgh, Virginia is now going to be graduating early with more than one degree. So I'm really ecstatic on that. He's had a
Congratulations.
4.0 or higher since first grade.
Oh, wow. Since the first grade.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been teaching them well, and that is marvelous. Thank you again for being on, and thank you for sharing your story, your history, which is a part of what we're going to be talking about today. Let's talk about your organization first. We're going to tie everything in together. Tell us how it got started and its mission.
So first, it started back in 2014. My family and I relocated from Japan to the Hampton Roads area, and I was diagnosed with breast cancer 2 months later. At that time, my baby boy, was getting ready to start middle school. Was the first time coming from life in Japan is totally different than life in the States as a military family. And he had searched for resources in the Hampton Roads area for children diagnosed with parents diagnosed with cancer, and he couldn't find any. And he felt like, you know what, this is unacceptable. I need to do something to help other kids like me. So with his big brother's support, that he then created the very first Kids Fun Day for cancer survivor children there in Hampton Roads. At that time, the mayor in Chesapeake was Sam Krasnoff, who is now his mentor, as well as several of the other mayors in the 757 and police chiefs have honored and recognized him. And at that very moment, I realized that here, my son, who's going through so much, can come from his pain to reach back and want to help other children. Why am I
Yes.
sitting here having this pity party for myself?
Yes.
So we then created the very first celebration of life weekend conference where we had a kids fun day. We had I think the very first one we did some local comedy. Um, did a comedy show, and then we went on to Spirit of Norfolk. When we did that, it was still like God was just nudging me. There's more, there's more, there's more, and I'm like, okay, God, I can't. But again, when when God wants His will to
Yes.
be out there in Front Street, he's not going to give up. So over the years, I had been extremely sick, diagnosed with cancer several times, in and out of the hospital every what it seemed like every 6 to 8 weeks. I'm in and out of the hospital with all types of issues, and God just kept saying, I want more, I want more from you.
Yes.
And so we did create Strong Will Survivor with a team of people at first. And then God kept saying, I want more.
Yes.
We ended up doing Beyond the Stars, which is an active 501, excuse me, which is an active nonprofit. Um, and he then just kept saying, I want more. So
Yes.
did not realize at the time was what he was giving me, he was also giving my son.
Wow.
And so we would sit down and I would say something, and they're like, oh yeah, I was thinking about this, this, and this, or how about let's add this program. And so my baby boy said, look, um, I want to not just do like the youth stuff on Strong Will Survivor. I want to create my own lane. So he
Yes.
created his own nonprofit underneath ours, which was the SWS Kids Lane. And that is, helping other children that are impacted by this horrible disease, whether them themselves or their family members. And like I said, it just when I say God just moved, God just moved. I'm a true believer now that there's a phrase, I was given these mountains to climb to show others that it can be climbed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a living, breathing, walking miracle, and I believe that I was definitely given these mountains so others can see that, despite the adversity, despite, the curveballs of life, that, with by faith, because this has been nothing but a faith walk.
Absolutely.
But,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
it, fine.
Yeah, let's talk about it because you have gone through. First of all, you said 8 years ago you were told that you had cancer, and you've been battling for all these years, but yet God has given you the vision and the strength to keep building and to reach out to others, which is definitely commendable. And also to your son, who's also seeing that there's a need to support and reach out to other people, and especially children. Let's talk about your faith because it's not an easy thing to go through what you've gone through these 8 years, but yet you survive, yet you're strong willed, yet God is with you, yet you keep rebounding. Tell us about the faith part of your walk.
You know, I'm human, just like, anyone else that goes through trials and tribulations. And there's days, even most recently I had one of those moments that, my faith sometimes is as small as a mustard seed, but that mustard seed faith can carry you a long way. Once that mustard seed is planted, it has no other choice but to grow.
Yes.
And, I've been really blessed with some angels here on earth that, uplift me and encourage me when I'm down. I'm so used to pouring into others. Sometimes, you need to take a step back and pour into yourself to get refueled. And I've really been blessed with some amazing people to help that. My one is, my big sister in Christ. I've known her since 2005 when I left my hometown. And she's actually my children's godparent. She's a retired lieutenant colonel, but she's also a first lady and one praying woman. Her husband's a pastor. Um, and they're over at Cathedral of Praise, Church of God in Christ, Carmen and Nicholas Anthony. When I will tell you, 9 times out of 10, I can be sitting here having my down moment, and she'll just send me some type of encouragement,
Yes.
or she'll send me a song, or she'll just say, "Hey, my sister, you came across my mind. I was up this morning and I prayed for you." Just those little nuggets, those little, little pearls that just help you when you just feel completely down. People
Absolutely.
don't realize with being sick for so long, depression already comes in.
Yes.
Sometimes, you know, sometimes we want to acknowledge it, and sometimes we don't want to acknowledge it.
You know, our segment is What's in Your Closet, and we talk about issues concerning women. In your experience and in your journey, what do you see from women? Are they surviving? Uh, are they their mindset? Are they taking advantage of the resources, just like the resources that you have, the prayer lines and different things like that? Are women taking advantage of what's out here that's going to continue to help them to heal, to survive, and to live long?
The main thing on that is if they don't know that these resources are out there, it's
Mhm.
very hard to take advantage of those types of resources.
Okay.
So I do find that once you make that connection, once we find out what's going on, then yes, women are more likely to take advantage of that. Anything positive, I'm all about positivity. I'm all about growth. I'm all about helping my fellow sister out. Whether she's a cancer survivor, chronic illness survivor, whether she's just a young woman in need. There's just so much out there for us. But I do believe that we, meaning as women, need to make sure that we are linking up with another person. Make sure we are reaching out and connecting. Because networking is the best for us, for our survival, for our fellowship. All of that plays a huge role in surviving this thing called life.
Yes.
As I begin to look at your bio, good morning to you, Ed Everett.
Good morning.
As I begin to look at your bio, I saw the word strong-willed survivor, an organization that's founded by both you and your son. Now,
Right.
you said something in reference to the obstacles that you have to face. You said no matter what the obstacles may be, there was four great words that stood out. Can you tell our listening audience what the four great words that stood out in your bio that helped you crawl through the tunnel?
There's a few of them that help me crawl through my tunnel, but faith definitely is one. Strength, courage, dignity. Um, those those right there. I definitely would not be here today if it wasn't for faith. Number one, you know, if it wasn't for me having the strength, God giving me that strength. Because there's days that I don't feel strong. You know, the days that I again, I'm human, and with having so much illnesses over this long period of time, you know, that courage to push forward. And then again, you know, I know I'm a living, breathing, walking miracle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, without me, without all that I've been through, there would not be me.
Yes, absolutely. Let's talk about the prayer line, which I thought was so clever, the way it's designed and built. Tell us about that.
So the funny thing about the prayer line is God has been nudging me for a while to do this, and you know I haven't been obedient because it's like God, I'm not understanding how am I supposed to do this, and that's with every program that we've all created under the Strong Will Survivor Beyond the Stars Hub. It's always been God, I'm not sure. I don't know what you want me to do, you know. But He keeps telling you, when I get the vision, I will make provision. And finally, most recently, I had a little breakdown moment. And back in January, I had my breast amputated for the second time.
Yes.
And when you go through that once, it's a bit much. But twice, you know, it really plays on you. You know, am I good enough? Am I beautiful? And, you know, what all these stars that are turning around surrounding me. And I went into deep prayer to try to pull myself out of that. And again, he showed me again, you know, about this prayer line. And I turned my back and said, God, I'm not ready. I'm not there.
Yes.
But finally, just recently, one of my other survivor sisters that lives far away, he and I met in Colorado, and we talked. She gave me some pearls of wisdom, and we just put our heads together. And I said, hey, you know, would you mind coming on board and helping me to put this out there to our other, you know, survivor sisters and brothers out there? And she said, absolutely. So then I talked to my life coach, who is Corinda Dion, Minister Corinda Dion. I talked to my big sister in Christ again, Carmen Anthony, and my other big sister, Melanie Brown. And I said, no, hey, would you guys be interested in, you know, reaching out and touch and talking to the ladies, bringing some of these different programs, the prayers, you know, all of that every day. You know, we need to pray over our minds. You know, when the mind is wondering, you know, that's when the devil is attacking.
Yes.
And, you know, we need to just pray over our bodies, but we need to pray over our minds. So we will be kicking off the See the Beauty Beyond the Scars of a Chronic Illness prayer line December the 3rd, and every Saturday from on at 9 o'clock a.m. For about 30 minutes, not keeping anyone long, but we want to make sure that, you know, those families that are impacted, those survivors, those butterfly families as well, and I call them butterfly families instead of people call them all types of, but those have been passed on.
Yes.
There, this is just something that I truly believe God wants us to do to help and to make sure that we are covering each other, encouraging each other, and uplifting each other.
You know, one of the things I like about what you're doing also with SWS, Strong Willed Survivors, is that you got a kids avenue. Let's talk about your kids. How did that come about, and what is the purpose of the kids?
So the kids that have known this thing came from my then 12-year-old son who's now 20. Um, and the thing was, my mom was diagnosed when I was young. So I know how it is to be a caregiver. I know how it is to be a daughter of someone diagnosed. Then here, my father got raised and passed away from lung cancer. And this is actually Lung Cancer Awareness Month. But I know how it is now to be a daughter of a butterfly. And then in 2014, I found out how to be a survivor.
Yes.
So I feel that God has used my entire life, my entire journey to be able to reach back and help someone else. When you're helping others, you don't have time to focus on yourself, your illness, or, to be down and to be depressed. And when my baby boy and my oldest son came and said, look, this is what we want to do to help other people, mom, what can we do? So we thought about this very carefully, and we looked at the different things that we felt. One, my baby boy, again, 4.0 or higher since first grade, basketball captain, track, basketball. I mean, he's a sports guy. He has a brilliant mind, all of that. And his thing is, when I got sick, he started isolating himself.
Yes.
And people don't realize the impact of having a chronic illness, a parent or someone close, a loved one close that has a chronic illness, how that impacts the child. Like he said in one of his interviews with 13 News Now, he says, we feel and we need support too, and we get left behind.
Wow.
So our whole main goal for the Strong Will Survivor Kids Link was to provide the children up to age 21, children and young adults, an avenue of resource. I think he said if he's able to touch 30, 40, 50 people at a time, and they're able to touch 30, 40, 50 at a time, then one day our children will not have to worry about feeling isolated or not having anyone to talk to that doesn't understand.
Absolutely. Tell us who's a part of your organization and who you want to shout out today.
So today, I'm going to give a shout out to one of our VPs, Miss Yolanda. She has been a ride or die for a very long time. Probably she started out as our decorator for one of our Celebration of Life events at the Children's Museum, and she has been there ever since. Supporting and always lending and helping hand any way she can.
Absolutely. We know her very well. We want to shout her out as well, Miss Yolanda Tillett, who's always giving. And we really appreciate her. Now, an organization like yours, I know it has needs. What are the needs of your organization, and what can the public do to help?
Well, again, we are a nonprofit that relies on donations. As of the last how many years since 2015, it has been self-funded. Every single dime has been either from my own personal budget, from our board's personal budget, but somehow God still always makes a way. Even for our upcoming, we do a holiday bundle blessings program every year where we partner with licensed local chefs that has now taken a leap of its own, and not just in Hinton Road. We've now done other cities and states. But what we do is we provide a fully cooked holiday meal for the survivor and butterfly family. One, you have to be licensed when you're dealing with food and survivors. But two is someone gave me a frozen turkey. But if I can't stand up to cook bacon and eggs for my children, how am I supposed to prepare a full holiday meal for my family? So, one thing that cancer tries to remind us of, or any chronic illness tries to remind us of what it's taken away. But our goal is to give back, is to restore some hope and some love So any type of donations, we're always willing to accept. If you want to partner and pray, join our prayer line. We are looking for people that are interested in praying for and with and over our families and survivors. Um, there's numerous ways that we're looking for volunteers. It's really the big thing. Um, and you can always reach us at the info at beyondthescars.org if you are interested in ever volunteering to help assist the survivor and survivor family.
Well, I tell you what, you have the whole wide world in front of you right now. You have our viewers, you have our listeners, and I want you to give that information loud and clear so people can help you now. So, Jakina, please give us that information again.
Yes. So you can reach us at info at Beyond the Scars, BeyondTheScars.org. Or we're on Facebook at Strong Will Survivor. We're on Instagram at Beyond the Scars. We are definitely looking for volunteers and partners so we can continue blessing our community and supporting some of the strongest people with some of the toughest battles.
Is there any digits that you want to give them? Any numbers that you want to give them so they can call?
Yes, they can call area code 412-709-1737. And again, email. You can always message us on Facebook or Instagram as well, or send us an email.
How hard is it for you to dialogue with other cancer survivors without a breakdown?
Very.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we this is past, what is it? My birthday, I turned 45 September 30th, and 5 days later, I was in Colorado with a group of 100 women, over 100 women that had never met each other. All Black women, meaning all women that had no other choice but to have their breast removed and their tissue removed. For World Black Day on October 7th. And when I tell you to give a heart-to-heart hug with another person that was diagnosed, you automatically, the tears just kept flowing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Anywhere I go, you meet so many different people, and you never know how your story can touch someone else. You never know, just by sharing, hey, look, make sure you're getting your mammograms. But you know what? Make sure you're also going to go get checked. You got tons of more cancers out there, and I don't feel that one cancer is over another. They all, are just the same. We all suffered. I've had breast, thyroid cancer, and a few others, and it's a bit much.
Yes.
But I will say I'm thankful for my fellow cancer survivors, sisters and brothers, because no one understands our walk more than we understand our walk.
I tell you, we want to say thank you so much for being on. We want you to give that contact information one more time before you go.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. And again, you can reach us at Strong Will Survivor on Facebook or Beyond the Scars on Instagram. And our email address is info@beyondthescars.org. Or you can reach us at 412-709-1737. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Be blessed. Take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, ma'am. Goodbye.
Thank you.
All right, you all come over here to social media. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on, serving Dad tea, upcoming shows, and much, much more. Be blessed. See you on the weekend. Through those open doors where I am now.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show. If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor, all you have to do is call us at 757-714-7861 or DM us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton's Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page. Don't forget to have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. See you on Sports Talk on Monday. Thank you for joining us on WGPL 1350, WPCE 1400, and 95.3 FM. And have a wonderful day.
All right, okay. All right, Mr. E. Oh my, we want to thank our special guest, Jakina Denise. She's a cancer survivor, but her organization is up, popping, and thriving
Great.
to help other people. Now, you know, this morning we didn't get the full thrust of her journey, but she has gone through so many things, so many cancer diagnosis.
Wow.
She told you earlier, 2 mastectomies. And she's just still surviving, still strong, but still hearing from the Lord to continue to give out.
That's right.
You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying,
That's
Misty?
right.
I am hoping so that she comes out with that book to tell you all of the things that God has brought her through in this journey that has not been easy. This morning she wasn't feeling that well, but she took her time to just give to us. And I just want to say thank you. If there's anything that you all can do to help her organization, it is the Strong-Willed Survivor Organization. You'll find it online. And I hope if she's not right here on Facebook, she can put that information down for us. And she also has a prayer line that if you all need a prayer, if you are someone going through a cancer diagnosis, or if you're a survivor, or you have a loved one who is a butterfly and that has, have transitioned, and you're behind to, talk, if you're behind to continue to thrive through someone passing away from this deadly thing called cancer. We would love for you all to, participate and help. Please help the organization. She's doing it herself right now, but it takes a lot of effort to cook and to care for other families during the holiday season. It takes money, and even though she's able to do it from her resources, it's always wonderful to be able to have that helping hand. So please, please, and please, please support her. Find out more about the organization. Pass the word around. She's on social media at Jakina, Jackinah Denise. Go to her Facebook page. Say, I heard you on FYI Radio Show. And we are so blessed by you. Even though you are going through so many things, still you survive, and still you are reaching out to all of us.
Miss Hinton, as I began to look at her, she got her beautiful prayer line information if you're going on Zoom, and the ID is 824-2576-7576, and the passcode is STB Prayer. So just in case you want to go on Zoom and look her up, it's at 9 a.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. in the morning. So join us. So join her.
Yeah, what's the number again, Mr. E?
That's the meeting ID on Zoom is 824-2576 7526. That's on Zoom, and the passcode is STB.
And when is this?
Prayer. That's on every Saturday at 9 a.m.
Okay. All right. We're going to get that information there for you. And Wow, that is marvelous.
Cancer. Okay.
Go ahead.
Cancer is not a joke.
Absolutely.
When you see and hear of people who has cancer and how that they are surviving through it, and then when you see other folks with organizations that's helping folk, when you look at Miss Denise, and you find that she is a survivor
Yes.
of cancer, but still giving great information, still pushing through to help somebody as she travel along. That's one of the greatest things in the whole world. That when you're down, that you still dragging, that you still pushing to help somebody that has the same going through the same thing that you may be going through. So my hat is off, especially when folks are dealing with that deadly disease called cancer.
Well, she's still here. She survives. And I just saw an article recently where people are surviving more and more and more after being diagnosed with cancer. And so that's a good thing. They're finding more things to do to treat cancers. It's not necessarily a death sentence. So don't put it in your mind that just because you have cancer, you won't be able to live. And though it does take some under, there are much more people, they say, that are surviving it. And so, just connect. Like I said, if you are someone that has been diagnosed, or you have loved ones that's been diagnosed, if you are a survivor, somebody that has been through it and out, looking at in the rearview mirror at it's being gone and you're moving ahead, or if your loved one has died of cancer and you are trying to survive as as a person that someone has left here. And I love the word butterfly. She says a butterfly.
Yeah.
And so anyway, you all please keep the organization in mind. Please go to her Facebook page. She'll give you more information, and she'll give you the information you need in order to connect.
And just in case you want to email her, email number is info@beyondthescar.org, or you can call it at 757 SWS 4792. That's 757 SWS at 4792. That's 757 797 4792.
Absolutely. Look, I want you all, we're going to make the announcement right now about the ladies' pie. Next week is Thanksgiving. A lot of people love pie, sweet potato pie, and all kind of goodies. Make sure you reach out to me and let me know that you are interested in your pie. We're taking orders now. We'll have them available on next week for your special event or your special Thanksgiving dinner, or after Thanksgiving. We'll be providing them throughout the year. And of course, we're going to, make sure you get that order in. I don't want you to be without your pie because you waited too late to put your order in. So let me know, inbox me or call 757-470-0224. Let me know how many pies you need. I will invoice you, and we deliver the pies. So just let me know. It's a licensed business. And also, like I said, we can get them to you in time for this wonderful special occasion when families get together and friends, and you can have a wonderful slice of pie and just enjoy your dinner and family. So again, 757-470-0024, and let us know what you need. So, Mr. E, we are here on Fun Friday. It's nice and cool here in the Hampton Roads area, but we got time for some hot tea. We're going to be serving that tea right now. We didn't forget you guys. Look, we're going to tell you all about some upcoming shows in a little while, but Mr. E, there is so much tea to be served. Mr. E got the teapot on, and the teapot is on. Listen. Ooh. And it's time for you all to get your cups. In a little while, I will have them online, and you all can actually purchase them. But you can get that teacup. You can serve some tea with us. Ooh. And you can send some tea. Mr. E, we love people to add to what we're doing and what we're talking about. But right now, we're going to serve some.
Serve the tea.
We're going to serve some
the
political tea. And I mean, our tea is not all gossip and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes they're real stories. As just like Mr. E, there are two things. I don't know which one to tell for Pelosi retiring or your former president.
Tell about the dummy first.
I can't. Wait a minute. Let me just tell the political tea first, Mr. E. Or y'all's former president, Trump, is just put his hat in the ring again, 2024.
And how in the world can he put his hat in the ring again? Is he a big old dummy, knowing that he cannot run again?
I don't know if he's a big old. But I'm like, oh my goodness, you all have so much to look forward to with this. Biden said he's ready for the show because there are so many Republicans that's throwing their hat in the race.
Never that.
How is it? I mean, and then they're gonna jump each other allegedly and devour each other allegedly. That's what Biden said. He's looking forward to the clown show.
The big old clown show.
That's what he said.
Yeah. So Miss Hinton, when I heard that Trump was running again, I said, "How in the world is he? What
do you say? Is he eligible?
Is he eligible?"
No. I don't know what the strategy is. Maybe to get rid of some that the Republicans really don't want, or I don't know. But the Republicans are trying to survive Trump at this point, and a lot of them have turned on him.
Oh, is he trying to fool the people?
I don't know, but
because he's taking them to the river.
Get your popcorn.
Republicans,
get your popcorn,
Trump supporters,
get your drinks and everything, your hot dogs or whatever you eat, and this gonna be the real tea. This is gonna be the real show. I'm looking forward to it. Also, Nancy Pelosi, it's really to me a sad thing to see her go. Because she has been definitely a wonderful attribute to just to society as a whole. To our
she's
country.
So spicy.
She's spicy. She's smart. It's a dream of hers that came true, of her being a part of politics. And she said she never would have thought she would be the head of the House of. She just didn't. She said she just couldn't believe that she was going to be there where she was, and as a leader in the House of Delegates. So our hats off to her. Sorry to see her go, but I'm hoping that whoever takes the mantle is going to be as strong and as determined and fair as she has been. They showed Nancy. They showed Nancy. When she was talking about retiring, the time she tore the what you call it, the script up from Trump when he was doing the State of the Union speech. She just stood up and just tore it right up in fours. And then she gave him I don't know what kind of hand clap that was. What kind of hand clap was that, Mr. E? No, it won't that. It won't that. It was a fish or something. It was something that was just as, I don't know, but she didn't play with you. She also has a picture on her phone. She had a picture on her phone where she was pointing to Trump like, I'm not going to take your mess. And you know what? This is our women's segment. And it's so good to see where, our women are no nonsense. They're strong and they don't play. And she did not play with the Republican Party and Trump. It was just a wonderful, wonderful fit and good to see.
One thing I like about Miss Nancy was so spunky. I don't know how old she might have been, but one thing about Nancy, she'll stir up a crowd in a heartbeat and don't mind. I think that if Nancy had been home when the robber came, Nancy would have been fighting.
Oh my goodness, Nancy. We want to say again, hello and good morning to Annie Miles, Sheila Robbins is on, Diane Carter, and our wonderful guest, Jakina Denise. And we want to say thank you for being on. Thank you for taking your precious time being with us. And if you can you put your information for our those that are viewing, so they can contact you, so they can help out, so they can share your information or contact you if they need to. We need that information for that Zoom prayer line, and we need the information for the organization if they wish to donate something to your nonprofit organization. And again, we say thank you.
And don't forget that Mr. Chris Hinton is on the line.
Oh my
also.
goodness, hi.
So we want to recognize and say hello to him. Good morning to him. And thank you for following us. And
the T is the T he and the T is that Mr. Chris got a great announcement real soon for you all.
We're gonna bring him up here. We're gonna bring him up here too.
He's gonna be on to announce a wonderful new business, and we're looking forward to that. And we want to say congratulations. He's working really hard to make it happen as well. So, Mr. E, my goodness, what else? Mr. E wanted to serve some tea. Mr. E, what kind of tea did you want to serve?
You know, Miss Hinton, as I began to look at the tea, I found out that the chief.
Oh, what chief?
The ex-chief of police
of
Norfolk, Virginia.
Wow.
The ex-chief of police, Larry Boone, formerly Norfolk Police Chief Larry Boone, one of many applications for Cincinnati police chief position. His number 13.
Is he trying to? Is that why he left us to go somewhere? Mr. Boone, I don't know if we like that. Is he going? Oh, you're telling me he officially retired here in the Hampton Roads area, but he's going somewhere else. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. He's going somewhere else, and he's going to be the police chief somewhere else.
Oh my goodness. Well, I tell you what, we can't keep a good man down.
You know,
he's
going somewhere else to be a police chief. He's making his business to go elsewhere to Cincinnati. He's listed as number 13. In 13th application and for top job of the city.
Well, I tell you what, that's news to us. I'm kind of disappointed because I thought, hey, why you didn't just stay with us? But that's how it is. It is what it is.
Sometimes you got to leave and go find something else.
Well, I tell you what, let's move on because we got some tea that Will Smith has a new movie, and it hopes that the Academy, his new movie director hopes the Academy can look past the infamous slap. What do you all think? You know, I think that slap will forever be in our mind.
That's right.
You know, what do you think, Mr. E? It's just, just the thought of Will, and not that we don't still love him and his work. He's so talented. But that slap, it would be nice to hear from him.
That's right.
Directly about that slap.
You know, Miss Hinton, when I saw that, and you know, and I'm old, like the old-fashioned way, some old schoolers, and I felt some kinds of bad because one, it was two African-American men.
Yes.
And that says to me that you can get out of whatever seat you have and do whatever you want to do and embarrass another person.
Yes.
That means that you are that bad. That means you that mad that you going up there and supposed to be one of the greatest actors in the world that goes up there and knock another man in public, on TV, and one of the shows that they said African Americans really didn't want you part of.
After that happened, you had the copycat crimes. You had people bull rushing the stage, and what's his name?
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle had his team had to beat somebody down for coming up there with a knife. You just boldly think you're gonna rush folk and do all kind of things. Not so. So it would be nice, Will Smith, if you could come out and talk about what in the world was on your mind. Get on that red tabletop with Jada and tell us, so we won't have that image of that slap in our head and pay you no mind.
See, the thing about it is, he's saying he wants to apologize and hoping that everybody else that the Academy will forgive him. It's not so much a hoping that the Academy will forgive you. You got to ask Chris Rock to forgive you.
Yes, do it publicly.
You got to go and say to Chris Rock, do it in a great setting where you did it at, and say, Chris, will you please forgive me?
I bet you if he do that, he will.
The Academy.
Yeah, I bet you, Chris would probably say, "Man, okay, thank you," but I did go a little far. I
Go a
know
little
people's
bit far. You went
families.
too far.
I'm talking about we're talking about the family. Talking about Jada. Maybe he could explain. Well, maybe I was just trying to make her funny, but I think by the time Will got mad and went up there and popped, and he got tired of what you call Jada's name being in Chris' mouth. He just got tired of it, and I'm saying I'm not condoning it. I'm saying I think it would be nice if they would publicly talk and say, look, this is what happened, this is what I feel, this is my perspective, and let's move past it and let the country move past it, because that's going to be the butt of every joke still when you think of the both of them.
That's right. That's right. Moving on, Miss Hinton.
Yeah,
We talking about Brittany. We talking about Brittany. The U.S. confirmed that the basketball player Brittany Gaynor is in a Russian penal colony.
Do you know what that means, you guys? They're telling me that means she's in a place where it's nasty.
That's right.
She's not going to get the best of health care. And she gonna sit there and rot for how many years?
That's right, 9 years.
9 years. That is not good. So Washington and the president said they're gonna do everything they can to get her, but she lost the appeal.
That's
and
right.
I think what Russia's trying to do is send a very, very strong message that, look, don't play with us. Don't come over here with your drugs, because we don't play that. We got strict rules, and that is a lesson for us. You all keep your weed and tweed and all that stuff you use, keep it in America. But because when they have rules in place, some of these folk mean it. Some places you can't even go in some of their museums and take pictures, Mr. E. You're gonna find yourself in jail. Mr. E got some tea right here. But anyway, getting back to her, listen, pray for her.
That's
now,
right.
who
That's
in the
right.
world wants, your life is one way, and then the next thing you know, you're shut down in some dungeon.
That's right.
In a camp?
In a camp.
In a camp?
In a Russian camp, and you the tallest thing up there. And not only that, you down there making straw and bricks, and living in a condition that sometimes you might not get a bath. You might not even get nothing to eat. You might get just slop for lunch, slop for dinner, and slop for supper. And then sometimes you might have to sleep on the cold bricks, because in Russia, when wintertime comes, it's very, very cold.
I tell you what, they're going to treat her just like anybody else. But like I'm saying, pray for her that the United States will say, look, we'll take care of her over here. We'll put her on probation or whatever. But Lord knows, for those many years, she's paying a very, very heavy price for that. Mr. E got some tea right here about, is that Dave Chappelle and what's going on? Mr. E, Dave Chappelle is having a little problem, and not just Dave Chappelle. It must be some kind of trend.
Jon Stewart,
because they're talking about what the Anti-Defamation League is criticizing them. What, for a monologue?
Yep.
What are they doing? Well, Jon Stewart is defending Dave Chappelle and the monologue, but are they complaining about something that he said?
He said
and what was that?
And they complained about what was on the monologue. Jon Stewart is defending Dave Chappelle recently on S&M monologue, which the Anti-Defamation League later criticized as a popularization that crazy word. It appeared on the late night show with Stephen Colbert Tuesday night. Stewart came to Chappelle's defense, saying that he does not believe censorship and penalties are the way to end that anti-sism.
Who?
Anti-sism. That what Kanye West started out saying. I can't pronounce it. Anti-ism.
Wait a minute, you're talking about us. Let me see, Miss C. Okay, we're talking about the Anti-Defamation League and it's the Jews,
Yeah, when they talk about the
anti-Semitic,
Jews, yeah,
yeah, anti-Semitic comments about the Jewish people.
right.
Uh, but see, he's not the only one that's been in hot water. I don't know if this is a trend or not, but him, Ye,
That's
that's
right.
Kanye West, who is the athlete who's
Yeah,
also in hot water. And they just like, hey, we just gonna have a field day and pulling in these folks that think they're gonna talk about Jewish people and talk about Jews and whatnot. But they are really they're no nonsense, and they are the powers that be are saying, look, don't try it. You guys don't try it. You men African American, is it an African American thing? Because
yeah.
what you call it, just Nick Cannon, they had to spank him.
It's all. See, the thing about it is, you got to watch what you're saying. You can't be up there. And the thing that gets me so much, Miss Hinton, is other folks can say whatever they want to say, but you let a brother go off at the mouth. You don't believe? Ask Kanye. Ask who just coming back to playing basketball, that he run his mouth too. So when you start to run your mouth, you can rest assured these folk got something for you, whether you black or white.
Whether you would ever watch your mouth, because in this day and time, and it's not just toward Jewish people, it's for LGBTQ people. You can't say stuff. You can't say too much about black people anymore. You cannot be racist out in public, and you're representing professional teams, or are you in the limelight and you think you're going to spew all this stuff to folk? It ain't going to happen in this day and time. People's civil rights, you can't cross the line. You can't sit up there and take all your folk, all your millions of people, and come against, a race of people, or, you can't, certain things you just can't do and say. They just, and that's not just with the Jewish nation. That's with anybody.
Black folks too.
Black people too. You just can't say like you used to say and do like you used to do, because there are too many rules, regulations, and things set up in place for people to have their rights not overstepped by a whole lot of shenanigans and stuff. So Lord have mercy, Dave. I don't know how you're gonna get out this one. Yay! I don't know how you gonna. I'm not saying y'all won't survive and still be rich and do your thing, but they gonna spank you.
That's right.
Ask Nick Cannon, and they're gonna show you that, look, we don't play that crap.
Miss Hinton, I got one more that I want to. You can go to the TMZ and talk about that one.
Who is it?
Nene
Why are you
Lake.
talking about my girl Nene?
Look at Nene Lake.
Nene boyfriend allegedly files for divorce month after estranged wife filed $100,000 lawsuit.
Nene boyfriend.
I don't mess with Nene.
Nene boyfriend. Did you catch that? Nene boyfriend filed for divorce. Well, that must have been from his wife.
Okay, yeah.
Because when I looked at it, it says Nene boyfriend filed. They're not married. They boyfriend and girlfriend. So I had to look at it totally differently.
It's his wife, yeah, allegedly,
His
and things like that.
wife.
Well, Mr. E, I mean,
home wrecker.
Well, no, you did. Okay, Lord.
That's what it says, a home wrecker lawsuit.
Okay, I cannot. Well, we don't even have the time for that. Mr. E, I sent you some other tea. Where's some of the other tea that we had?
Home wrecker lawsuit.
Where's the other tea? I don't see some of the tea that was sent to you. But anyway, we're going to keep up on that story about, Miss Brittany. We're going to talk more about what's going on in our entertainment world, and not only that, in cyber world, in the computer world. They laid off so many people on Twitter.
That's right.
I mean, he's downsizing. He's carrying on, and we got to watch. Look, Facebook and all of them have really transitioned into a different. Facebook is now Meta. And so you all watch out for some of the changes that's going to come through Meta, through Twitter, and all of them, honey.
Did you hear Twitter fired that laid off over 100,000 people?
Closed the doors, locked them out,
and gave them an ultimatum. Say, listen, if y'all want to do this, this, and this, you got a week to do this. You can do it. But other than that, I'm giving you an opportunity to go.
Yeah.
And so you got to watch out for all your advertising, the things that you place on Facebook. look now because they're cutting everything back.
Absolutely. Now, look, we're going to be serving some tea on Monday. We're going to start serving a little tea on Monday. But in the meantime, Mr. E has some upcoming shows. And Mr. E, don't forget to tell about the parade that's going to be this weekend.
That's right. Tomorrow night, there'll be a parade downtown Norfolk. It's called the Illumination Parade, where they light the lights. And guess what? We'll be in the parade. CBC will be in the parade on tomorrow night.
All right. Come out there, see Mr. E and staff out there. Oh, my goodness. You all participate basically every year, right?
That's right. We participate in that every year, bringing great knowledge and letting folks know that we are still here, smiling from ear to ear. It's an activity scene. We'll be putting out there on the nativity scene with the hay and the we didn't have no live horses, no music.
Well,
and all
you should
have. Also, Miss Hinton, I want to let our listening audience know on Sports Talk, Mr. James Everett will be our Sports Talk our guest, and don't forget the judge, Judge Gerard will be with us also. So you don't want to miss these great shows that we got coming up for the rest of this month.
Absolutely. Now, look, don't forget the ladies' pie. Don't forget the ladies' book. The book is available. Bullying is right underneath your nose. And our Young Women Achieving Success program. Don't forget, your girls 10 through 17 can be a part of a free organization's program, Young Women Achieving Success. Now, look, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And don't forget to go to parade. God bless you, Mr. E.
Will you be out there?
Give us information. I may take my grandson.
Okay.
Who knows? Or my granddog, one of them. Don't forget to be, if you want to be a special guest sponsor, an intern, or be on our Monday night blog, live social media. Mr. E is going to give you that information.
Just give us a call at 757-714-7861 or inbox us and let us know that you'd like to be a special guest or a sponsor of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. For more information, call us. Thank you so much. Give us a call at 757-714-7861. Thank you for joining us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WPCE 1400, WGPL 1350, Peace 95.3, and WMVA 88.9. 2 up, 2 down, and on all the social medias all over the platform.
You all are a blessing. Thanks again to our wonderful guest, Jakina, Denise. You are a blessing. Go forth and let God continue to use you. See you all on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend.
There now, 2 up, 2 down.